Well, I'll say first, humor with them is funny. They're like comedians. They should have their own TV show. My dad be like, oh, Winnie, come on, man. You hear me have a conversation with Winnie, man. Wait till they finish talking. And he'd finish talking, and she'd still come back with a high-pitched voice. He'd be like, you know what? You just talk. You want to talk, and you talk. I ain't got nothing to say.
He always keep up with it with current time. Like he asks, he knows like everything is happening in the country at a particular time. So having conversations with him is like, oh, so what you think with this? What you think with that?
My dad was always the hard worker, you know, he business owner. I can remember many mornings just waking up 5 o'clock in the morning around the yard doing stuff because we lived like basically across the road from our business. He wasn't afraid to hold a belt, use a belt. My mom used to say that she would beat us, but that would be like, I guess you wake up in the morning, she's like, yeah, last night y'all did this, y'all left this out and I beat y'all when y'all was sleeping. And like, we remember getting beaten though.
Well, my mother was the disciplinarian. My father kind of was different in the way where he was a disciplinarian as well, but he handled the situation kind of different. Where my mother was, she more was a hands-on type of person. My father was one to kind of sit you down and explain to you what's going on and what you did wrong and cause and effect basically. Whereas my mother was basically more effect.
My mom was a teacher, so she taught us in grade 1 and then came around and ended up teaching us in grade 2. I don't know why she did that, but she used us as examples. So definitely it taught us, you know, to be disciplined, obeying, and you know what not to do, because anything we did wrong, she had to use us, both me and my twin sister, as examples for everyone else.
Particularly since I can remember, this was like primary school. I think I was in grade maybe 1. My mother picked me up from school. She saw me in a particular altercation with a female. Snatched me, put me in the car, and that was, I mean, I guess we can't talk the rest of that story, but the end of the story is we look pretty safe.
Sometimes my dad has had issues with being sick, and his strain alone, coming back from sickness, he's had surgeries, he's a diabetic, but it didn't keep him down. He'd always fight and come back. So many times when you felt like, okay, oh boy, this sickness really is gonna, you know, it might just be the last, he always happens to come back. And then again, my mom, she's the most supportive person I know in the world. And like, we always, like for me, I say if I half as strong as she is, I'd be a great woman. Because I mean, I think she's the perfect wife, the perfect mother, because she's always been there and she's never complained.
I like her mommy because her mommy, the same thing, she said earlier, like her mommy resilient and strong. It's kind of, you don't see that in the everyday woman now. So to see that happening is like, wow, like this stuff is real. I like people say, oh, she get that 50%. Yeah, she gets that food. For a time when my father was away in school, it was basically me and my mother just was starting off. So my mother being there, like what I liked about what she did was she was always there. Like when anything I needed, like I don't say like we have had it tough because I never needed for anything. But both of them together, like they had the same system, whereas you know both of them were working together and trying to make whatever possible happen. And my father, that's what I like about him. He was always someone that kind of sat down and had a play-by-play of how things are supposed to work. Like he got it from A to Z, and from A to Z, when Z reached whatever the end result was, that's what happened in the end.
Phil's daddy is always he's just welcoming. From you meet him, he's just, oh hi, yes, nice to meet you. And then first thing he wants to feed you. Like he quick to get you food. He was trying to put food in someone's mouth. You know, he liked to see people eating. But Phil's mom was like, you know, she's just very quiet, so I wasn't sure how to read her until like Ibis, Phil's sister, she told me, you know, she don't call you that girl, so you know you straight. Funny thing too is like when Phil's mommy get into talking and she get comfortable, and then she start with this like, no boy, tell us what I'm saying, boy. You're like, no man, you 5 feet 2 and you around here, little bright skin woman talking about boy. Where you pick that up from?
The first impression of Aqueelah's parents and her family. Well, her brothers, first of all, at the time that I met them, one was basically like 6'7", 700 pounds, and like someone's like 5'1", 800 pounds. So these are, in stature, these guys are pretty intimidating. I mean, I was actually scared of them, but he was kind of, intimidating.
Shopping was always been there. Like I said, even now with one of my own business, I can call Shopee now and say, listen, I got this shipment left. I can say it was in Hawaii, automatically will come off the phone. I can call Mo right now. Let me find out what we can do. Okay, I can check flights. I can go to Hawaii right now. I can bring that back for you tomorrow. So they've always been supportive, and they've always been there. And again, like I say, we don't say I love you, but we show I love you. So we're always there for each other. And I think that's why I was so attracted to Phil too, because I've seen the same way they carry on with us being the youngest ones, like taking care of their younger sisters. I've seen Phil do the same thing with Bernice and Ivan. So like that really attracted me. The sisters, I'm talking about sisters now. That really attracted me to Phil.
I don't know what listen for. So basically what happens here is you basically have everything going to yourself in the beginning until the siblings come along. Like my sister, so I kind of like kids in a way because I was the eldest of four.
I appreciate my brothers. They've really taken on being responsible for us, and I would like to say thank you for always being there. We don't normally get to say I appreciate you and whatnot, but I really do appreciate my big brothers.
For me, it was my grandparents. Growing up, the primary school I went to was right there, say 100, 200 feet from my grandmother's house. So basically, when she was able to in the beginning, she used to come pick me up from school. And my little son, she used to pick me up from school. Like 3 o'clock on the dot, she there. She used to make sure that every day, I come there, I ate every day. Make sure I wash off with my light boy soap before I eat. Make sure I clean, and then I go home and my mom, she had a slipper, she used to call it the wasp slipper. So, and it had a firm good name. Another person, like the time would be, another persons would be my mother's parents, my Helen and Alan and Henry, Theodore, Alan, Doc and Baby. So, I actually lived with them up until I think I was about 3 years old. Wasn't no sparing of the rod at all. And the same with him. I mean, but he was more like he would talk, but she was definitely hands-on. I guess that's where my mother gets it from.
Mr. and Mrs. Turner, thank you for raising Phil to be the supportive and caring individual that he is. I hope that our marriage can be just as successful and supportive as you two are towards each other.
And Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, I want to thank you for raising Aqueelah to be the woman of my dream. She's protective in the way she's supportive of me and my ideas. If we can come close to the love that you guys have, I'm sure we're going to surpass you in the 38 years that we've been together.
Love you, Mommy. Love you, Daddy.